doing its thing. Hopefully, I'm on all my platforms. There's a bit of a restart in case for those who haven't um, were here earlier, or weren't here earlier, whichever. Okay, I'll continue the stream. Long and the short of it, got a bit of work to do on some bits that I haven't really finished. Get that done, and then we'll get on to some stuff that I'm currently working. But yeah, gesprochen. Yeah, apparently that means I have spoken, and my housemate looks that up, figuring that it probably appeared in a number of representations of the downfall, you would think. Anyway, first up, mouthful of coffee. Oh yeah. Now then, what we shall do to see if I've got any confirmation that I'm here. Now, first I'll put the light on. Let's do that first, because otherwise it's a bit more. Light does go on. You don't need it, kids. And here we go. Right. Doing. Now then. Now then. All right. So we just. Yeah, I'm apparently streaming. Streaming. All right. Now, first things first. Mr. Yonkers. Now, something I do wish to assess. Very important detail. Before I go any further, there aerial. Actually, I have checked this one. All good. All good in the hood. Now, whilst the most important parts of the work I want to do are actually on the undercarriage, I want to check that this fits correctly. I'm going to need to do some fiddling around, like with the area. I'm going to want to do it before I start putting stuff on the underside. That's my theory. Grab our cutters. Okay. I'm also trying to see. Oh dear. Ah, there we go. Jolly good. Must have been a what's this? Switch between the encoder switch platform. I'm just trying to see. There we go. Yes. It goes in easy enough. It just That is actually correct angle. At the moment, all you're seeing is my hands. Let me get this area. Ah, I think it's one of those things that you're going to have to glue. We'll put that in there and it will go. That's fine. That's all I actually wanted to check as much as it. Not that hard. Now, the bigger issue I actually had, before I continue, now, min pins, I might not be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. I think my mum's got an early appointment somewhere. But if I'm not, I'm going to go definitely be on Thursday. I wanted to do a Lancaster stream tomorrow, actually. The part of what I wanted to do. Yes, I did. Because I'm going to use a few. I haven't sent out the announcement for the big stream yet. But once I do, well, that'll be today. But the bigger point being that I want to do a few streams just getting some bits and bobs appropriate, just not prepped up properly. Black washes and things like that. Now, first big problem that we're having, this sucker's hands. Trying to sand them. I'm going to see if I'll zoom in a bit there. I think you know the situation I'm talking about. Dude's hand. Trying to see the area that's the problem. Wasn't the other. At the moment, of his hands. Now you can see the issue straight away. In fact, it's not a very well good fitting piece in. The hands are definitely. Alright. Oops. Alright. The sanding continues. This. Am I overthinking? That is not impossible yet. I wonder. My old friend, the scalpel. It's bad. I think I have a cunning plan, kids. Hopefully it works out rather better than Baldrick's. Better view door. Otherwise, all you're going to see. I'm hoping utilize. Settings. That's getting better results. Actually, on one of the bombs, for the Lancaster, it has a little sticker you can utilize that has some sort of message thing going on. Hang on a moment. I've got it conveniently on hand. Oh Jesus! There's a table next to my desk. It's covered with oops, hang on. Kind of funny. It's what does it say? Looking, where to put it? Here we go. There's maybe I saw it on the actual sheets. Here we go. There's one with love from the RAF. That one. There's another one on one of them somewhere. Oh, it just says okay. Yeah, with love from the RAF. This one. What have I just? Right. Ah, yeah. It's just that it was on the. Yeah, if you look at the assembly sheets, there's number 33, decal 33 there. And there's with love from. So there you go. Will I utilise that decal? Yeah, sure. I've also decided to use the first of the Friday streams to work on ground crew. I was going to do a lot more of those trucks because I still have much. I've got a lot of stuff for the USAF or USAAF actually. Um, uh, anyway, so do them. Oh, you're happy with the. Getting there. Looking a lot better. Not quite there. Oops. I was going to mention 2 min pins. If you're on Instagram, you track down Macos, spelt Mac, M-A-C-K-O apostrophe S, Fishing Adventures. That's where you'll see Fishing mate takes camera with him and he takes pictures of. There we are. Sometimes what we see. The I'm seeing a bigger problem. Mostly being the actual shape, isn't it? Should I just glue and be damned? Know what, man? Macos, yeah, but with an apostrophe before the S. Um, yeah. There's a few pics there of fish we've caught. Don't know if he's got my best brim, which is 38 centimeters. Yeah, adult brim is 25. I got 38, so pretty happy with that. The US you probably do inches. So, yeah, adult brim's about 10 inches long, quite like bitches. My biggest is that would be 15. Oh, hey, kitty guy, how you doing? I've been trying to get this bottom gunner canopy into position. It's been such a pain in the ass. I'm going to look for a less than optimal job, but at least it'll be on. Also, it's the nature of this particular kit. It's a bit of an old and clunky one. What you gonna do? First, out of the way. Yeah, I'm good, man. Just doing a bit of a casual stream today. Few things. All right, let's see how we go. Just doing a bit of a casual one to get a few bits and bobs done. Where I got done 8. While I'm here, like that. In the photos, it's quite possible we are cold, mate. We get down there. I get up at 3:30. We're normally casting our lines in about 5 in the morning, and of course it gets pretty cold. That's when you need to be there to get ready for the fish. Particularly the ones we go for, they tend to be most active at the break of dawn. So yeah, no point in chasing the fish up there at the fact. Oh. Two. go. All right. The only fish we chase that's likely to get to that sort of a length, the thing called a mulloway. They actually get quite huge. The mulloway can grow up to, down that way as we can do what might be a little bit of a, see how we go. This one now. Trick it. There's a wire that goes from the fuselage up top wire there. Yeah, the mulloway, it can get up to about almost 6 feet long, weigh about 100 pounds. They're a big fish. Another one you might see me land sometime soon. It's pretty big. There's one called the Australian salmon. Now, the Australian salmon, I think you may have heard me wax lyrical about this before, is completely not related to the salmon you would be thinking. Something I need to check, guys. Give me a brief moment. Anyway, I don't even know why they call them salmon, to be honest. Be more related to the herring. In any event, they get pretty big, like as far as it goes. Talking 10 pounds, although they can get up to 20. But generally, the thing with, as you can see here, they actually illustrate the wires a bit, and they seem to go from, we use our things. Yeah, they reckon that if the Australian salmon grew as big as, say, the black marlin, you'd never land one. It's far too hard. They do. They kick like me. All right. So the trick is, catch a piece of wire. First, we've got to get that piece of stretched sprue, don't we? Now, I believe I have some that was, thank you. What I want to do on it, as I said, is just there's a little vertical wire. Yeah. Right in. You can see I've got the horizontal one. There is actually one goes from about there, go up to there. I've never ever put that one on before. But you never know if you never go. And that would really be for me finishing touch. You know what I'm saying? The bit that makes it go, me would make it go ooh, that little bit more ooh and ah. Now, first up, need stretch sprue. I've got a bit of it at the moment, most advantageous. Here we go. Boom, stretch sprue. Now what I'm going to do, don't need all of that. I need a little bit of that. Yeah, there's actually two. If you see if I can get it good. Now I know this is just a. Well, that doesn't show it so well there. I'll zoom you back. Doesn't show it there, but that's what that little wire there is, and you'll see it on. See if I can get a better picture for you. I wonder. Wow. Wonder. If we can see that. Tamiya cover. Okay, very faintly. You can. I need to. First, I'm going to get the 109 a bit further out the way. Yeah. You can see very faintly they've drawn it on there. Yeah, look, a lot of people wouldn't worry about it. A lot of people don't. I'm just getting donations. That's the whole thing. Not generally done, but it does exist. I'm giving it a whirl. So yeah, I mean, that's falling into the category of very detailed, but love my 109. I want this one to be particularly good, partly because it's my first Tamiya and it's everything about the Tamiya has been good. Now, what I'm going to do, quick little aside, as I'm sure you can gather, this yellow stuff, really the colour of wire now, is it? So what I'm going to do, I will pop the rest of the stretch sprue back. All sorts of shit off. But I'm actually going to spend time at some stage sorting my fucking desk, I tell you. Anyway, now, to get this what I would deem an appropriate colour. Why? Well, what I am thinking. I do sometimes speak true. Yes, it is. Right. Gunmetal grey. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Bam, bam, shake your painter. Follow me. Now, next, our lodge. Now, what I think, as you'll see, to work for us. Hate this. All right. Now, all right. Here we go. Right. We're just going to let that dry. First, get a bit of tape. Actually, got a bit of tape up there already. That's convenient. But what I normally do with this sort of thing, I'll show you. Sort of the there. Won't take long. The brush. while we're waiting for that to dry. Now the glue on the stuff I put on the junkers will still be dry. Oh, fuck. Hey, Rob, having a prick of a day with this sort of shit. Deary me, kids. What we'll do while we're waiting for the... I'll be stoked if we... Well, we will be able to get that wire onto the 109, I should think. Bigger question. I have already trialled gluing a piece of stretched sprue to another piece of stretched sprue, and that happens. So that shouldn't be an issue. Right. Spitfire. Now, thinking. A couple of colours on my acrylics that I would like to get out of this. Here's a mark. Juncture. You guys are both from the US. You wouldn't know who Richie Benaud was. He was, well, cricket. Did commentary for cricket. And, oh, there's what colour I'm looking for, burgundy. And he used the word juncture and fixture on a regular basis. And having heard him use them so often, one of those things where you never quite hear it the same way again. Now, what I'm thinking, get a bit of this. You'll find this colour run. You've also got to do the dashboard. There we go. Goggles. Just doing some time calculation. I do also need to go at some stage, obvious. Do my sorts of things. Actually, she doesn't need to. I'm sure she'd appreciate seeing my face. Scary but true. Mind you, I'm told my face is such that not only a mother could look. Now then, what we're going to do, I'll give you a better angle. Yeah. Where, you ask, all will be revealed. Had a sudden urge to do the Hannibal Lecter. All good things for those who are looking. Got those two bits there. bit. Yeah. Brush. Oop. um. Yeah. Look, that may be technologically beyond the woman, right? She has pretty big challenges with getting her noggin around the niceties of a smartphone. Um, Sometimes I'm talking about some of the stuff that's like people like you and I would take for granted. Um, yeah. um, I've had the experience of having her ring, ring. She'll do that because, oh, wait, something's gone wrong. And, or she can't hear the phone ringing immediately or anything. Just let it do its thing, Mum. Not that hard. But no, no, in fairness to her, they bit of a brave new world for her. Something that her generation never really got to, you know. Um, Now, something I'm checking out is this. One thing that ah, it's on here. Done the. I kind of like to do the dash as a separate thing altogether, though. So I shall. Now, we'll go for a bit of see what other colours we might use. Sideboard white, pretty obvious one, actually. I'd have a better chance of getting my dad to latch on to how to view his son on the internet. The only inherent issue with that is he has hugely offended all of the family at various times. And it would be good one of my brothers choose to actually watch me, other than him. He'd be on at the same time. It would be Orky. I'm the last member of the family who talks to the guy. Yeah, it's sad, really. But these are facts. But I think we've all encountered that. It will come on the too. Oh dear, I was sad. Never mind. Big line from one of my favourite comedy shows when I was a kid. It was about this group of stage performers who were the army, but they were sent to entertain troops. That was fundamentally the function. Sergeant Major, who was not happy about being Sergeant Major of hairy band as he. That was always the big like, oh dear, outside. Never mind. Hey, sometimes. Yeah. All right. Got that's where we're at with this one. It's coming along. Starting to get a bit of shape to it. Next color will be yellow. Yellow again. Um, maybe actually leather on do. Yeah. Okay. Did we over that one? Again, it's starting to get now. Stretch sprue. Doesn't look like it's dried just yet. Little. What I'll probably do when we try sprue on, I'll just cut a portion that I think will be long enough. If it's too short, I'll just take it closer to the starting point. It out a bit, but I'll try and get it fairly accurate at the outset. There we go, kids. Now, yellow. Got that on. Want that to sit good 40 minutes before I attempt to put top bit on. Only here. Times I'd like to be done by 11:30 my time. We can get this done, kids. It'll be cool. Now, yellow. Once I've got that bit glued on, what I will then do, I will actually start getting stuck into the Halifax box probably. Let's have a look, kids. Yeah, that means I'm just being a blind bastard. Now then, open those eyes, big boy. Can't be that hard. Over. Perhaps you're here. Where the hell is my yellow gone? Oh, there it is. Ah, I know why it's there. Put it there with a separate batch for using aircrew of the Hallam. Oh, this one? Oh, mate, that's nothing. Now, in fact, I need to do the right voice for this occasion. Here we have the up for auction with a starting bid of $1 million. A spontaneous rendering, many chance. What am I bid? Do I have $1 million? Do Yeah. I've always gotten a degree of amusement out of the fact that your acrylic sheets end up looking like modern art pieces. Um, the there's my yellow. Um, yeah, the reminded me of when I first noticed it. Reminded me of a story I heard ages ago. That is probably true, actually. And it is. Hang on, I don't know what it is. These parents sent in their 4-year-old's kid art to Australian penny um, to an art collector's place, and he waxed lyrical about how cunning use of da da da. They were selling his artworks. We're talking a child here for insane amounts of money, and people were paying it. Why? Because people are fucking stupid. Um, First time I showed my acrylic thing to some of my housemate. I actually put it on Facebook with my little art spiel for a chortle, and somebody suggested I should turn it into a non-fungible token or whatever the fuck it is, something to do with um, cryptocurrency, and their first cryptocurrency separately, big way. Um, Actually, we don't have pennies in Australia anymore, mate. We haven't had them since 1906. We switched from pounds and pence to dollars and cents. A curious little anomaly. Be there. But yeah, so these. I think it all went pear shaped when um, art can discover the truth. Really, they've been played for fools. And, well, Maybe played for that one circumstance. You know, not real hard to work this out. You're stupid enough to fall for it. Yeah. Do I want to put something? And what I've done, get little yellow spots on here. See? We'll do a couple of grey bits on this. Two. Okay. Back out. Brush. Uh, but I'm very short break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to stick up the wire on the 109, or space it onto the fuselage. Then we're going to let that sit for a while, and then we're going to attach that to the upper wire later in the session. But while that's drying, we'll get on to engine. That's my plan. All right, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. Now then, here is our wire. I would estimate we're not going to need much of this at all. There we go. So, yeah. Can that away for a moment. I reckon I've got a bit more space to work. That's not absolutely straight. Not that that's in is the theory. About there. Yes. Alright. Now, got a portion of stretched screw. I have. So, best way to do this, I think, would be to have a mouthful of coffee. You can't do anything with coffee. We don't know this. Oh, that's the stuff. Now then, I'm thinking that I'm going to, well, the way I'm going to, let's see, I've got a piece of foil there. Put a little drop of glue on that. Probably tweezers are actually. Now, theory that only that bit of glue that is, or bit of sprue that is actually. Oh my god, it's almost happened with that glue. God damn kilogram. Right, I'll show you where it is now. Boom. You can't see it. There we go. You can see there's the extra wire in. Oh, guys, look, you know. There's a part of me that's going, look, buddy, you've got it in position. You haven't even had to fucking glue it. Why would you bother? Leave it there. But I'm happy with how that's come together. This gives it that little extra touch. Fuzzy glow. Yes, it fucking does, kids. And sigh. Well, now I know how easy that is. I'm going to feel much better about doing it with other aircraft, by golly. Wow. Very happy. So there you have it. That's all I wanted to do on the 109. Once that's dried, if I do glue or not, isn't really the issue. As long as it's in place. This now gives me a swarm of 109s because I've got, here we have Hartman, I've got Galland, Vic, say, So, there we go, kids. That's how easy it is. I'm stoked. Really? I think it's a piece of trivial, but to me, that's the bees. First time I've done that. That's, hang on, it's not quite on. Okay, that's fine. Looks like it's on, is what's happening. Bit of a false illusion. That's fine. Most happy. Now, these engines, slightly different angle. Yeah, bit. Now, with the engines, I've got the oily steel around the cylinders. I've got a bit of colour at the top there. I put on, or I put the wire colour in. And indeed, I'll be putting a slightly different colour. Okay. You look. Yeah, the problem is it's not really going to be an issue of. I think there's any. Okay, here we go. You can see the cylinders. You can see the rotor, and there's a wall. The rotor. I'm going to do that a slightly different colour to that top area that you see, so as it makes the distinction between the cylinders and the rotor. Really makes it stick out a bit more. The meantime, you'll see the top parts of the cylinder are not painted yet. I'm going to do them a slightly different colour to the. We're doing them probably a neutral grey, which is a very light grey, but that's fine. Oh, but I've got a lot of different greys I could use. Probably go the neutral grey. And then we've got to put, once that dries, we've got to put on our wires, or copper. I'm not sure. I'll have a look when I make an executive decision on that later. Meantime, all right. So, first thing, get the line. Okay, I'll go the neutral grey, top of the cylinder. And color, I'm going to utilize on the edge of the spinner to dark grey. This dark grey is very dark indeed. It's almost black. We're probably completely unsurprised by that fact being grey being black and white, dark grey. Well, hello. But it'll do a good job of separating the giving us that separation. Gun metal grey, which is what the backing there is dark but also a little bit shiny. This will give a bit of contrast. All right, that's my plan. That's my plan, Stan. The far more artistic piece than the other piece of paper you saw. I'm sure you'll agree. Yeah, big question I also have with this sort of shit is impressionist or surrealist. I always track. Actually, on that sort of a subject, give me a moment. Yes. Now, min pins. Don't know if you're aware, but aside from doing models, looking after my mum and doing fishing, being a martial arts instructor. I also write books. Um, I think I haven't been published yet. I've got a manuscript in with a couple of publishing houses at the moment. But I have a I do crime comedy. Uh, yeah, there's a you're a horror person yourself, are you? Um, okay, well, what I was going to share with you is my I'm working on my second book. Um, whilst I haven't been published yet, I figure if I'm working on a second one, that they will probably, if they say to me, "Oh, you got any other works in progress?" I can at least say to them, "Well, as a matter of fact." Anyway, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because of your line of work, and also I'm aware that you have something of a dark sense of probably because of your line of work. um, it goes like this. Crime, yeah, mate. It goes like this. I'll tell you first a quick explanation. As I was a bouncer for 13 years, you can imagine, well, you don't need to be told, you can work it out, that I became aware of a lot of interest. I've also seen, of course, you see crime on TV, and there was a series that was out here a while ago. Sorry, I'm just using a brush tool. And it was based on real events. I thought, well, what is the truth? It's all well and good for the TV representations. What actually happened? I did my research and became quite fascinated. Anyway, I haven't been published yet, mate. I'm just in the process of getting a publishing deal going. Um, anyway, in my current, the one I'm working on at the moment, it's actually based on some crimes that happened in my home city, called the family killings. A lot of very influential people were murdering people for sexual gratification, it would appear. Um, and they were pretty much impossible to be prosecuted because, well, they were in the positions to block that sort of shit. Um, anyway, and in the book that I'm writing, what the cops end up doing is going, well, the only way we're going to stop them is to go to their level, and they employ a hitman, as you do. And they also, there's a bit of a lot more fleshing out of detail to give you a full story there, but that's gets us to the relevant point. Because, and you'll soon see how this applies to the acrylic thing here, it goes the effect of, I read a book some years back called I Heard You Paint Houses. And it was about a guy named Frank Sheeran, who claimed to be the trigger man for Jimmy Hoffa. And when he first met Hoffa, I think it was by a phone call, he Hoffa actually said to him, "Oh, here you paint houses," which was basically speaking their group for kill people. The painting of the house being the blood splatter on the wall. And I reference that in my current book because when my hitter does his, basically it's the first time he's ever blown anyone away, and as he does it and he sees the splatter, he's reminded of the book. I suggest that he's read the same book, and as he sees the blood splatter, he's wondering what he could get for his painting the spontaneous rendering in two tones. And indeed, whether it's surrealist or impressionist. Um, so yeah, that's um, I don't know. Yeah, don't know if this is something you've speculated on. You don't work on it, whether impressionist or surrealist. Give me a bit of a zoom in once I've got all the top of the cylinders done. Well, that's not the one that's um, in with the manuscript or in with the publishers at the moment. The one that's in at the moment is another crime comedy about a group of, well, there's two groups really. There's some priests, and there's some nuns, and they run all the organised crime in their city. And basically, because the bigger gangs in capital cities losing money, happy about it, they pressure cops they have in their pay to send a straight copper up there to find out what's going on. So what happens as a result of that? You stole my Vegemite. That's the one. Okay. Now, give me a moment. There you go. There's. Oh, we should stop it. Okay. You can see how I've got the. Oh, that's actually a really good angle. You can see how you got the gunmetal grey backing, oily steel for the base of the cylinder, neutral grey for the top, and where we're going to put the bronze slash copper for the wire. It's all going to come together, peeps. I really enjoy engines. How many pages? I think it was 320 from memory. Um, yeah, not sure how many I'm going to pages. I think my second one's going to probably going to be longer because when I first started writing it, there are 6 people in the group who are doing the killing, and basically, of course, a contract is taken out on all of them, and he is to kill all of them. And when I first started writing it, um, I figured, okay, basically you're talking 6 chapters each hit. But then, of course, comes the issue of whilst he's employed by some cops unofficially, they need to make sure that all the details are swept under the carpet and incriminating evidence is placed on other people. That needs to be accounted for. You can't just assume people understand that. You've got to write that in. Then comes how do various members of the group respond when they realise that they're getting targeted. You know, so a lot of writing in that. Got a lot of other books in sort of as far as I don't know if planned is the right word, but there are things that I can work on. I'm not lacking in potential storylines. Best way I can put it to you. Um, like for example, one that I've thought about is, well, first, I'll pose you a question. Think of your Miss Marple, Hercule Poirot sort of figures, right? All these people who seriously appear to murder them, they solve it. You know, they don't seem to pay for a pretty good life. Has it not occurred to anybody that these are the people doing the murders? Look, they off people. They come in, they put the knockers on some poor innocent sucker, and boom. That's what my characters are doing. Or my Miss Marple figure will be doing. You'll have this young man who's apparently just, he's after all elderly. Not elderly, but she's old enough to be a bit of a hand. He's going to be a gimp. And basically, he's offing people for her so that he can get his little bit of gratification. I know I'll be using things like signatures of serial killers and things like that. But the way that they eventually work out that, hey, there's something not right going. All right, to show you them as I do them, shouldn't I? Really? Here we go again. That sort of a deal. It's all coming. Oh, oops. Gee. When? Oh, here and there. I don't find writing hard. I really don't. That's one of the things I'm kind of blessed with. It worked well for me at uni because I could communicate what I needed to in my essays very easy. I used to shit my sister to tears because she would study really hard. She was a much better worker at uni than I. Give her that. But because she had lacked confidence in me, because she wasn't adept at it, she didn't communicate what she needed to effectively. She would put in an A grade effort and get a B result, whereas I'd be lackadaisical as all hell. Do my research and a few days beforehand, do it in one draft, boom, get a B. It used to shit her off was that she put in so much more effort. What lack of ability to write, you wouldn't get the same grade. I'd just be like, fuck. Well, it's a bit of a harsh. So, mind you, did get offered honours after 2 years. Okay, third one. Again, stop doing that thing. Stop it. Going blurry. What help my take on? There we go. It's probably because I'm going a different angle. But yeah, again, we've got our bits and bobs. starting to come together. Um, ah, dearie me. Well, what's the time here? I was going to go for maybe another 20 odd minutes anyway. I definitely want to do this engine. Um, and you know, I'd really like to just put the wire that needs to go onto the the upper wire on, then wind up the stream and feel very chipper and I've also got a fantasy trilogy planned. I'm basing it on back in the day when role-playing games were um, done on dice and pieces of paper. I was right into them. Mate, I can tell you epic tales. Once upon a time, I was Lord of all evil, you know. Oh, what he be? I tell you, it's a good position to be in. Anyway, one game, pretty fine game, great. Um, um, I played a dwarf, and nuts and bolts, yeah. Um, yeah, well, that's coming up, man. I've got to do my announcement in due course. Anyway, but yeah, the dwarf, my dwarven character, murdered his way to king. Um, as you do. Um, Lord, married into the royal family. Was friends with a member of an assassin's guild. It's a long tale to it. There's a whole stack of epic adventure done. So, going to be writing that. The way I figure it, man. Um, Look, at the moment, I'm a mum's carer and I actually get money for that. It's the last of the put that out the way. And but some stage, of course, inevitably, I will not be able to be my mum's carer. You will die. Now at that stage, I don't want to be looking for work because I'm in my mid 50s. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, same deal here. You can see what we've done. Anyway, so that's part of the reason why I'm getting into streaming and stuff as much as I am. If I can start getting something going on Twitch, um, writing, and I'm going to start streaming my martial arts classes. I've healed up from all the injuries that I had. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to get myself a bit better condition and start streaming martial arts classes as well. I'll or I'll go from being just Rob the Builder to Rob the Builder and Kung Fu guy, and put that on as well. And so it'll go. That way, the aim of the game for me is to not work for other people. I really enjoy other people, to be honest. Actually, that's not an impossibility because look, I'd say there's a pretty high percentage chance that my mum will die before my father. Last I saw him, It was actually reasonably good. Yep, baby. Yeah. Rob the ass kicking builder. Oh, that's funny. Um, yeah, anyway, but what I'm thinking I'll do is basically I'll be able to show the forms. I'll be able to show some technique. The bigger reality, you need to be hands-on to do that. But certainly for people in my city, I can do that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Boom. Well and truly, with that. Um, so yeah. So yeah, anyway, get back to the point. My theory being that by doing all these different bits, I can get some income coming through that does not require me to work for other people. And therefore I can just do stuff I enjoy. It's like a pretty simple equation to me. Anyway, there's our wire on. Oh yeah. Bom, bom, chicka, chicka. Feeling very good about that. I'll be having pics up of that in um, later today. I'm going to now. Yeah, I could probably darken it up a little bit more. That's not going to be a big trick. But in the meantime, I'm just going to let all of that set. First up, I will just pop that up to here. Interesting bit of what I'll also do is switch the line out. I'm going to wind the stream up now, guys. Here's an interesting porcupine story for you. Not involving me, but it's just something I know that happens in the wild. Apparently, thank you very much, mate. Apparently, in tigers, the wild, a mother tiger will see her cubs. They'll eye off a porcupine, go bounding towards it. The mother tiger will let nature run its course. Unsurprisingly, the cubs go, okay, and they've learnt their lesson, and they never do it again. And you think, yeah, it's a harsh way to teach the young ones, but my God, that would work. But yeah, okay. That's me done for well, for today. Now I'm not sure if I'm on tomorrow. My mum might have an early appointment. If she does, I will move Wednesday streams to Thursday for this week. What I will then do is starting next week, I'm probably going to start doing Tuesdays and Thursday streams as well as a bit more like this, a bit more of a casual sort of a thing where I might do bits that I haven't finished on other aircraft and just sure you get the drill. Maybe one stream starting around this sort of a time, maybe a bit earlier next time. Yeah, you get the picture. I've also decided to do, well, assuming Wednesday, I'm on Wednesday, if not Thursday, first session will be a Lancaster stream. So this first stream of one, I'm giving the Lanka Blackwash. And Fridays on the first stream, I've decided we're going to be working aircrew. So I'll be doing the bomber resupply kit. Once I've got that done, I'll be doing USAAF one. Once I've got that done, I'll start looking at this crew. I'll also be starting to seek out where I can get some really good figures for the occasion. I'll at least on the plus side of things, if you're here for the first stream, because the first stream would be when I would be doing the Lank, so at least you'll get to see the Lank getting blackwashed. And we'll have a good close look at exactly what we're dealing with, and that'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Alrighty. So yeah, again, I might not be on tomorrow. If not, it'll be you'll see that on my Twitch thing. If not, I'll be here Thursday. You'll at least get to see the link getting worked on. And starting next week, I'll be looking at doing more of a. Well, I'll certainly be sticking with the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I'm doing Tuesday and Thursday would be a bit variable, but I'll be trying to do at least a stream. Humor time. When I start my stream here, first up it's 4:30 in the morning. Now I'm good with that, it's just a time variable thing, and I actually like getting up early anyway. Particularly as on Saturday I have to get up at 3:30 to go fishing, so how hard can it be? So yeah, on the Thursday one would be a thing of gee, how late can I be? Me, normally on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I wake up at 3 in the morning. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, the time was when I was back once upon a time I threw papers, and I used to have to get up at all sorts of fucked up hours in the morning, man. But in the bigger reality, if I'm up at 3, yes, that means I go to bed early, but I get good regular sleep. I'm pretty much in sync with the way nature runs. It's all pretty good, man. Why? Because I did calculations on Australia's time zone in comparison to Europe and the US, and for a reasonable sort of an hour to stream into Europe, that's when I need to be up. That's why I start at 4:30 in the morning my time. That's about varying early evening sort of a time in Europe now. I know it is in Europe. That's the theory. Although I've got to say it hasn't really rolled that way. But I do also get some people on, and it just keeps that open. There are also some people from Europe, like Social Alien, I think name is, but Alan. Various other people who might be on. So yeah. That's why. Oh, nothing is open. That doesn't bother me, mate. I only get up to do my streaming. That's it. But either way, if I do wake up early, I can also go off as the dawn comes up, go off, do some Tai Chi. There's a win. Yeah, I like getting up early. Anyway, I'm waffling. I've got to get my shit together. Look, I will catch you guys later. Thank you very much for watching, as always. If I'm as I mentioned, if I'm not back tomorrow, I will be back on Thursday. Boom. So here's a quick counting sheep line for you that I'll share before I wind up. There's a Weird Al Yankovic parody of a AC/DC song The AC/DC song is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Weird Al's turned into Dirty Deeds Done with Sheep. Yeah, one of the big lines is you're counting sheep, but you're not in bed. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm off. The usual spiel will now come out. First time viewers, hit the magic button. Follow, like, subscribe. You know you want to. Depending what platform you're watching me on. I'm Rob the Builder on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord, and Robster the Builder on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Again, follow, like, subscribe. And you shall indeed see me then, Minpins. Thank you very much for dropping past. I appreciate it, as always. And yeah, when I see you next time, we'll do more of the action and excitement that modelling brings. Catch you then.